The INTJ personality type is extremely uncommon and misunderstood. If you've never heard of the Myers-Briggs personality test, it's a type of test that allows you to establish your personality type based on a set of preferences. For starters, the INTJ personality type is one of the MBTI's rarest. INTJ stands for introverted, intuition, thinking, and judging. People who fit under the INTJ personality type are extremely rare, accounting for only 2% of the world's population. As a result, they, along with INTP and INFJ, are almost certainly the most understood personality types, both by others and by themselves, being logically independent, competent, skeptical, and intelligent. Their traits are one of the factors that make them so uncommon. They have unique perspectives to offer that not everyone can comprehend. However, for those who can appreciate them and appreciate their ambition to dive deeper into the inner world, they are an amazing and brilliant personality. Today I'm talking about the top 5 reasons why INTJs are so misunderstood. Let's get into it. Welcome to Success for Breakfast, where I'm serving up brain food made simple. Hit that subscribe button to get daily videos created to give you the tools to level up your life. Starting us off in number 5 on our list of why no one understands INTJs is INTJs are clever and motivating, but they're not very social. This is simply due to the fact that small talk is an INTJ's biggest turnoff. They despise it. You'd think that someone who enjoys talking about topics as much as INTJs would be at ease in social situations, but they're actually rather awkward and strange when meeting new people. INTJs are deep thinkers. They have a mind that works brilliantly, and they can come up with concepts that not everyone can think of. They're quick learners, making them an invaluable partner in any problem-solving effort. However, as introverts, they may struggle in social situations. They prefer one-on-one conversations to interacting with a large group of people most of the time. This is a rare quality. People that are good at conversation are usually great in social situations. They get along well with others and can talk to just about anyone about anything. INTJs can come across as cold and calculated at first, which can turn off a lot of other personality types who don't get it, making socializing hard and uncomfortable for everyone. Because of their rarity, INTJs are an excellent company if you need someone to talk to but aren't looking to be the light of the party. Next up, in number 4 today, is INTJs have a lot of imagination but are also quite decisive. This is one of the rarest characteristics among INTJs. Few innovative and creative thinkers are also analytical or logical. Creative types have a tendency to learn one way or the other, but this is not the case for INTJs. They are a mix of the two, which results in some unusual hobbies and skills. You might think it's strange that INTJs have a lot of crazy thoughts about everything. As an introvert, they have a completely different universe in their heads. They frequently dive deep into their inner worlds, processing information or exploring possibilities for meaningful creativity. Their inventive brains, on the other hand, are not constrained by time or place. As a result, they frequently appear to be spaced out to others, not to mention that their disorganized ideas might make them feel confused because they have to choose which road to take, which will also take some time. There is no going back once they've made a decision. It's because they've laid out detailed strategies for how they'll operate until they can get what they want. Other personality types can be imaginative and analytical, but they must make a real effort to be one or the other. INTJs are unique among personality types in that they can do both equally well and naturally. The number 3 reason why no one understands INTJs is when it comes to reasoning, INTJs are confident, but not so much when it comes to relationships. INTJs frequently fall short in relationships. They're usually very rational thinkers who base their conclusions on that logic. But when it comes to relationships, they just can't seem to put their overanalyzing minds aside long enough to truly connect with others. It's almost as if they hold them at arm's length because they're afraid of being misunderstood. And they are most of the time. Although it makes sense to avoid judgment in this way, it's detrimental to both romantic and platonic relationships. Emotions play a very different function than intellect, and INTJs have a hard time with it. Overanalyzing can be beneficial in some situations, particularly in the realm of education, but lacking confidence in a connection with another human being can be rather challenging. They have to force themselves into an endless chat and small talk in some way or another. This is, after all, how our social world works. INTJs frequently suffer from this, adding to the problem if they're working with someone they think is pleasant but who ends up backstabbing them. Because INTJs are critical and distant, they struggle to cope with emotional feelings, which frequently bring them down. As logical beings, they address their heart's emotions and feelings in the most rational way possible. They approach any decision-making or problem-solving situation in the same way. They overanalyze things in the hopes of creating the best relationship possible, but relationships don't work that way. Feelings and emotions can be anticipated, but they can't be predicted, and they can occasionally overwhelm INTJs. When they are unable to manage their emotions, INTJs grow impatient and may abandon the relationship. Failure to recognize and understand their emotions in this manner can drive them insane, and they may push people away to avoid having to deal with it. It's a quirk that only a few personality types share, with INTJs having the most. If you've gotten some value from this video so far, show your appreciation and hit that like button. That's going to signal YouTube that you think other people could benefit from this video too. Coming in the runner-up spot on today's list is INTJs are open-minded, but they have a cold demeanor. If you encounter someone with the INTJ personality type, you'll notice that they're usually silent and seem unfriendly. That's somewhat accurate, yet it's also one of the reasons they're frequently misunderstood. It's not just about their personality. You'll be astonished at how charming they are after you get to know them better. They're a great friend to talk to and have the ability to inspire others. They also enjoy listening to and understanding people's thoughts. And they effortlessly incorporate new information and bring home some useful ideas to examine. Many people assume that INTJs are closed-minded because they are known for being one of the least pleasant personality types. That isn't the case though. INTJs are people who are very open-minded. They give a lot of thought to a lot of situations and themes, and they're usually willing to interpret anything. However, they are extremely unusual since they never externalize any of this. Even while they're open to thinking about and discussing some topics with a single person, they're not the sort to be outspoken about them. It's a bit inconsistent, which is one of the reasons this personality type is so uncommon. Many open-minded people like to talk about topics and show others what they're thinking, but INTJs prefer to reflect on things alone. Topping our list today, and the number one reason no one understands INTJs, is that INTJs are natural leaders, yet they prefer to keep their personalities hidden. First and foremost, INTJs are introverts, therefore we should expect them to be more quiet and private. INTJs, on the other hand, can be excellent leaders if they're ready to take that initiative. Even when confronted with a difficult issue, they can come up with a solution and lead or assist their friends in solving the problem. INTJs excel at strategic planning and enjoy experimenting with new ideas and concepts to see if they can come up with something useful. The fact that INTJs need to convey their continually changing thoughts as leaders is a small problem. Unfortunately, it's not easy to do so, therefore they usually keep to themselves. They have all of the qualities necessary to lead in a fair, just, and correct manner. They simply don't want to. They would rather sit back and do things on their own, yet they are frequently propelled into leadership roles based on their outward appearance. This is unusual because the best leaders are usually those who want to and are content with taking on leadership responsibilities. It's not that INTJs are bad leaders, they simply lack the motivation to give orders or lead by example in front of a group of people. But it's possible that's one of the reasons they produce some of the best leaders in the world. In this sense, the contradiction is extremely rare but extremely valuable. In terms of emotion and feelings, people with the INTJ personality type are known for their logical reasoning and intellectual decision making. They do, however, need to be more self-assured. When it comes to relationships, INTJs may want to start working on their feelings. Every now and again, put your head and rational thinking aside and trust your heart. Everyone, after all, has their own strengths and weaknesses. INTJs are no exception when it comes to intelligence and strategic thinking, but they may not be the best socializers. Using their strengths while working on their limitations, such as managing emotions and developing feelings, will help them create a more rounded personality and fulfilled life. Why are INTJs so uncommon? It mostly involves opposing personality qualities that are frequently misunderstood by the general public. Because of the way these characteristics work against and even for each other at different times, INTJs are one of the most uncommon personality types. Do you relate to any of these reasons on our list today? Let me know in the comments. You've got this, now go get it done. Grab yourself some more brain food to help you level up your life, and click on one of the videos on your screen right now.